Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. In 1942, in the cold desert of a small border town in Texas, a group of Cain are kidnapped and mass embraced by members of the fanatical sect, the Sabbat. Out of this group, only a handful survived, and through rituals and mentorship they became the pack known as the Pale Riders. Representing the sword of Cain, they are wielded by a mentor to cut deep wounds within the heartland of Mexico to the enemies of the Sabbat. Juarez on Fire is a Vampire the Masquerade Sabbat chronicle that follows the Pale Riders pack that consists of Mitch, a Lazambra played by Adam, Coyote, a Ravenos anti-tribute played by Alex, Eldrick, a Caitiff played by David, Jasper, a Bruja anti-tribute played by Joaquin, Cora, a Shemizi played by Slavic, and Richard, a Ventrue anti-tribute played by Tillman. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
So he's sitting there, he's looking over, he's starting to like steeple his hands a little bit, and he leans forward, he's looking towards you, and he's like, you take care of him, and we will give you the location of the man that you want.
I don't think it'll be quite as easy as that.
Oh, I can give you information about the man if you want. The leader of the Anarchs, his name is Trevor Moreno. He's, we call his type mutts. Well, they call his types mutts around here. He's kind of stuck between two worlds. He is half African and half Mexican, and so he finds. Oh dear. But he owns a bar here in Juarez, one that's actually quite a popular establishment called the Kentucky Club, which is probably the most well-known establishment here when it comes to Americanos coming and the culture type from Hollywood and their types coming in, especially during the Prohibition days. That's where you'd have best luck finding them. But if you take care of him and you wipe him out, my people can confirm that you take him out. We will give you the location of this person that you are looking for.
And who is it that's going to be confirming this action?
It will be one of my associates. Any motions? You met two of my brothers. It'll be one of them.
Are you sure you wish to have one of your brothers associated with the destruction of one of your opponents? Perhaps it'd be better if
we have Wade.
Someone else, perhaps this Roman here could.
I've got a better idea. How about to confirm it, I bring you this guy's head.
No, he turned to dust, might be.
I got a feeling that they don't want their presence here being associated with the death of this fella. I think they want to be able to blame it on us wholesale so that they can plead innocence and ignorance when the rest of them anarchs get all uppity. Ain't that right?
Yes, and we have our own ways of watching, our own ways of making sure of
all right.
Seeing if that happens. Don't worry, we will not make our presence known. But once my brothers confirm with me that this indeed job was done, we will give you the location.
What can you tell us about Mr. Moreno?
Man that I believe has grown fat on power and faces no real threat. I think he feels that people will try to wipe me and my family out here before they would attempt to wipe his, seeing that his is more established and more brought out in the society of Juarez, where services that my family and what we provide here we're more discreet. So if we were to be wiped out, it'd draw less attention and thus not affect business. So I believe he thinks he's untouchable. I believe he thinks that no one would dare do it. But your group, that your kind don't follow such rules, and that you really want this individual that we have. But there's one stipulation that we require when it comes to destroying Mr. Moreno.
And what's that?
It'd be to make sure that you have it done by the 4th of May. As you often hear that in our culture, you might have heard in Mexican culture that Cinco de Mayo is a day of celebration, but a lot of you don't know that there's a celebration that occurs here 4th, almost like the Day of the Dead in a way.
I'm familiar with the Dead People Christmas.
Yeah, so you could say it's something similar to that, where it's another celebration of those that have passed, but it's not one that is most often talked about, I guess, outside of our culture.
What day is it now?
It is April 30th. If you simply choose not to do this and go about your own way, that's fine. I can understand that. But that's our requirement for us to do business with you.
I got a question about this Mr. Marino. Does he have any talents of note?
He kind of looks and you hear Roman go, he is what you consider a brute. Doesn't really think before he acts. From what I gather and what I've been able to understand, he is one who likes to resort to physical violence more so than strategic moves. Probably has advisors who would help him with that, from my understanding.
I'll be smirking to myself.
I ain't heard a Scottish accent in about 30 years.
I can't say I've heard an American one in this area for the amount of time that I've been here.
Except for those guys that were just brought in.
I suppose you had me on that, good sir. And he kind of he has a looks like it might be a scotch or something. He sits there and he takes a little drink of it and he sets it down. You see Rita Giovanni kind of like pat his leg a little bit. The man, he's well established from my understanding. And he looks at, he's like, of course, I don't mean to speak on your behalf, Marcos. You see Marcos just kind of like, he's a man who's well established in the area because of his finances and the amount of money that he made around here. So, to wipe him out might make some people poorer. I would suggest you can use whatever methods you want, but I think maybe discretion would be advised in this. Would you not think so, Marcos? Marcos like, I don't care any way that bastard's removed. But if you think, you and Rita think, and Rita's like, I do think. And you know it's like this chill in the air when she says, I do think. Like that means it's settled, you know? He's like, then the discretion, if you could be discreet about it, would be great.
What sort of company does the man keep?
He has a group of his followers who hang out with him. They usually stay around the Kentucky bar there. We think there's about 7 or 8 of them, a group of theirs that they run with. You can just speak on your own behalf if you would like some privacy and make your decision.
I don't think that'll be necessary, but I thank you for the consideration. Folks, them odds ain't in our favor, but I think we might be able to pull this off if we go about it the right way. What do y'all think?
Drop me off at his house, I'll kill him now.
I stand behind your decision, Cactus.
Well, man's gonna die. That's a guarantee. It's just a matter of whether we do it or whether these fine folks find someone else to do it for them.
I will do it tonight.
Patience there. We need a plan for this.
And we're going to need a little bit more information. We got to know the lay of the land. We don't want to go over the top on this without knowing what we're running into.
And to borrow a phrase from you, is you need to get all the roots out of a tree stump before you can pull it out of the ground.
I would like to hold a war right before we begin our hunt.
You see Marcos stand up. So then I take it we have a deal then.
Mitchell stand up, look at Marcos. You got yourself a deal. And he'll extend his hand.
And he shakes it. He shakes her hand and he's like, my servant will show you out.
Thank you. Mitchell turned to the other 2 representatives, Miss Rita, Mr. Dunstern.
Them both nod. You guys make your way out through the doors, out to your cars. You're now outside of your cars right now. Scene's on you guys. Go ahead.
I just want to listen, guys. The way they described him, I think I know how he thinks. He's a brute. He doesn't think before he acts. He doesn't plan. I like the sound of this guy. I think we challenge him. I think I can rile him up, and then I will crush him.
So yes, I agree. I agree with him. As you note that it tends that people of different races tend not to fall towards the white man's complicated thinking.
I ain't about to get into all that mess, but I would like to know more about the people he's got around him, whether they still breathe or not, and whether or not he's got a trick or 2 up his sleeve that we might need to consider in our approach.
Yes, we will need to get about that because...
Yeah, I have to figure out whether to stab him in the kidneys or stab him in the heart.
Well,
His kidneys are atrophied, brother.
He'd be pulling out dust.
I will stab something.
You go right ahead. But after we discuss it first.
Okay. Whatever you have to do, man. I can light up another cigar.
I would like to conduct a war rite today before we begin all of our...
Yeah, we heard you the first time, woman.
Yeah, but I need a body. Blood. So
We ain't even been discussing the plan yet. Hold your horses.
That is
okay, you guys discuss the plan. I'll go get a body, and
That was my point. Coyote, it's obvious Coyote needs to
Coyote, go stab something and bring it home.
You guys discuss.
And also-
get back inside while you guys discuss outside.
You guys are back at your back. You went back to your haven, right?
Oh, no, I was having
we
this
did.
discussion right outside the Giovanni's.
Outside the Giovanni's thing. Okay. So what's the plan now? You guys are going to go back to your haven, or are you staying here? I hear talking about grabbing a body.
All right. How about this? Coyote, you go find us the body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over to the Kentucky Club. Maybe I'll get some better clothes first so I don't stand out quite so much and see what I can see. Anyone wants to join me for that, you're more than welcome to. Anyone wants to do something else, you're more than welcome to.
Brother, I will gladly accompany you. As these people say, 2 eyes and 6 eyes are better than 1.
Sounds good, soldier. Who's doing what?
Got 1 getting a body, 2 going to the Kentucky Club. Eldrick and Cora, what are you 2 doing?
I'm going to go to the Kentucky Club as well. Anything to stay away from Coraline.
I think I'll go help Coyote get a body because I want to prepare it specifically for the rite.
All right, so let's go ahead and do Cora and Coyote. I take it you guys are taking the truck, and then the other 3 are going to take the rolls because I doubt Eldrick's going to leave without his Rolls Royce. He's not going to ride in a pickup truck. You guys are riding in a pickup truck. You kind of start burning down the dirt road that has trees on both ends. You guys are feeling like, obviously you're feeling exhilarated right now, Coyote, because you're about to do what your vice is. And Cora, you're feeling like the fanatic you are because this is going to help you get what you need to get to do the right. That is your whole purpose. That is giving you this new drive, this new identity almost that you never got to have before. So you guys are both in this pickup truck burning down the road. Eventually you start coming back to where like the Black Rooster was. You pass that, even though you kind of see a figure, you don't see that silhouette of the fat guy anymore through the door or through the window. You start going to where it's brighter and flashier. Scenes on you guys. What do you need? What do you want to do from here?
I'll pull the truck over.
I suggest we grab 2 bodies. two people. One who you can kill, to make it easier for you. I know that's sort of your vice.
Do you need the blood in them?
Yes.
You do?
Please.
So, no drinking.
I'll keep one alive for later.
Can I drink a little blood?
Oh yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go find a couple of pansies.
Yes, let's.
What type of people are you guys looking for?
Well, Coyote wants to go to a teddy bar because that's how he rolls. But he's with his grandma. That's what he calls her.
Oh, I like that. He calls her grandma. That's pretty cool.
Abuela.
Oh, nice, dude. That's his nickname for it. I see. That's cool shit right there. Abuela. You guys are looking for what kind of person? I know you
maybe I think a pair. Maybe a hooker and a client, or some pair in love. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Let's get a perception and streetwise difficulty 6 from both you guys. Nice. 3 for you. Nice. Holy shit, dude. You guys are on fire, man. 4 for you. So you guys are walking down the street. You got grandma has her arm wrapped around you. You're kind of like people are veering away, but fuck, it's Juarez on a Saturday night. People aren't really paying too much attention. They've seen plenty of odd shit. And as you guys are walking and looking, you kind of walk past this alleyway and you stop, tug by Cora, and she kind of motions over and you look into this dark alley and you see this zoot suiter guy. And for you, those of you who don't know, and I don't know, watching zoot suiters was kind of like almost like a Hispanic, even though it was like white suit did it too, but it was a certain type of suit that people wore back then, and they would dance in them, and they kind of had they were, I can't think of a good character of one. Like the Paul Abdul video where she had the cat dancing in it. He was dressed up like a zoot suiter,
Yeah.
They kind of have long tail suits. And they got these wide brim hats, and they're kind of bright
Think
colors.
of the mask. Jim Carrey, the mask.
Yeah, that's the example one. But this guy, though, when you look in this alleyway, obviously he's not as distinguished as he usually is because he's rather drunk and he's like with his girlfriend, and she's got her hair dyed blonde, which a lot of Hispanics were doing back then, and had it like really curled, and kind of a big Texas curl wave there. And they're at the point where they're almost to the point of rutting here because they've obviously had a lot of alcohol in there, and you can kind of see people aren't really noticing them because they're kind of in the dark there, but you two are obviously able with your animal side kind of guiding you along. So
I'll I forgot the name, Coraline, to look away. I'll just be like, look away, this might get ugly. And I'm just going to walk right up to them, and I'm going to just grab the dude by the throat and pull him off the chick, throw him at the wall.
So basically, you're like, he's inside her, right? Has her up against the wall there, right? Her skirt's all hiked up and her legs are around him, and he's just like going to town as you grab him by his neck. And what's your strength? You're pretty strong, right?
I'm strength 4 at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. You take him, and you just you're easy to pull. You don't quite huck him like a rock. You know what I mean? But you just take him, and you're just like, wham, slam him against there, and you just see like his members all like his pants are around his knee, his members still all stiff, and he just kind of falls on the ground like, what the fuck? Like obviously intoxicated. You turn around, you look at the woman, she's standing there like, what? Like she just kind of slides down. You know what I mean? Like hits her butt on the ground, looking up at you, like her underwear around her ankles, and just like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do from there?
I'll give her a backhand to knock her out or to daze her. And then I'll turn back to the other guy, and I'm just going to, I'm guessing he's leaning up against the wall at the moment. I'm just going to kick him in the head so hard that I'm trying to kick the wall behind his head. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, dude. Let me get dexterity and holy shit. Let me get dexterity and brawl difficulty 4. Okay, sweet. And so then you have roll damage with this, which is strength. And then you have 3 extra dice that you can roll with that too, because for each success more than one you get on an attack, you get to add to your damage.
So I'm rolling strength plus 3 d10.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Difficulty 6. Yep. So you have 3 successes. So you just kick, and like basically like the first kick, it fucks him up. You know what I mean? Like he's probably he would need reconstructive surgery. His orbital bones broke. His nose is broke. His like 3 of his teeth are like back out. It's just kind of a bloody mess. And you see like his eyes look glazed over, but he's still kind of like trying to like focus in on you as he's like sloping in more into the wall.
I'll kick him again.
All right, let's do a dexterity and a brawl. Difficulty 3 this time.
Oh my.
All right, so you have 3. Okay, so 6 dice for damage again. Kick him again, and yeah, he's mauled. He's barely holding on to life, dude. He's just like he's down. And you're seeing this, Cora. Are you looking, Cora? Or are you just?
Just standing by, making sure.
Let me get a self-control roll. Difficulty 6 for you, Coyote. Okay, you make it, but you're just like, you can see Cora looking at him. He's like riding the beast very close because it's almost like he's getting angry that this guy's not dead. You know what I mean? Like he kicked him once, he kicked him twice. You're sure that one more kick that will just easily do him in right now. But there's like this huge splatter right now along the wall.
I'm just I'm gonna quickly go back to the truck and just check if there's a blanket in the back or a tarp.
I would say there's like an old blanket there. Yeah.
All right, I'll carry it back with me, and I'm gonna roll a hooker up in it, and then I'm gonna turn around and pump this guy in the head as hard as I can.
Over, and you're like whack, and you kick, and his head just finally like explodes along the wall. You have like gray matter and blood on your boots, for your right boot, from just like kicking him over and over again. You got this like dead limp form, not dead, but you know what I mean, dead weight form. And as you're walking towards the alley, Cora, you see like people are still kind of like walking across, you know what I mean, walking down the street and everything like that. You see this big lumbering brother of yours come walking up with this figure over.
Actually, can I change what I was going to do? I want to wrap the dead guy up in the tarp, sling that over one shoulder, sling the unconscious hooker over the other, and I'll walk back to the truck.
Right, so you see him
stops me, I'll just look at him and say, "Drunk."
Yeah, as you see him walking out, Cora, you see a couple people like, the fuck? And they're just like looking, but it's Juarez, man. You know what I mean? And they just kind of like walk around and they see this big figure, just throw him in the back of the trunk of this truck. What are you guys going to do from there?
I'm probably going to fleshcraft the hooker's mouth closed so she doesn't scream once she wakes.
Okay.
So are you putting her in the back or are you putting her in the front with you guys, like in between you two?
Chuck them both in the back, and I'll ride in the back too if Cora wants to drive, and I'll just sit there with the bodies.
Cora can't drive.
Can or can't?
Grandma can't. Grandma can't drive.
I can't drive very well either, but let's make the hooker drive and slap her awake. And I'll be like, drive or die.
And she's like, you see her like muttering in Spanish, and she's actually not a hooker. She's like his girlfriend, dude. But she's sitting there like, you see her start the car. She's like all dizzy and dazed, and she's like, what? You can tell she's kind of concussed, you know?
Don't be scared.
Her mouth's closed over now, right?
Yeah, I guess her mouth is closed over now. So she's sitting there like, yeah, I don't know if she's quite in the driving condition, but she's like, did you still close over her mouth, Cora? Are you leaving it closed?
Yeah, if we're going to make her drive, probably not.
I've got my hand on the back of her neck, like around it, just gripping slightly tight. Not tight that it would hurt, but enough that she knows my hand's there.
Yeah. So she starts the truck, and you can hear she's like grinding these gears, like out of. She like kind of like pulls over, starts getting into traffic. You see, she almost hits some like drunk American who's crossing the street. He's like, "What the fuck?" And she keeps going. Where are you having her drive to?
At the Haven.
That's gonna be a long, awkward drive.
That's 2 hours away.
Yeah. You want to, Coyote? Do you want? I think it'd be better if you drive.
You want me to drive? I have drive 0, so it's not going to be a pleasant ride.
I didn't know you had a drive 0, dude. Oh,
yeah.
Well,
okay, we'll make the hooker
right.
drive.
I didn't know. I should have looked at. I got to pay more attention to what everyone's drive score is. What are your disciplines, Cora? You have fleshcraft and what else?
I have animalism.
All right, so this chick's driving like scared shitless down this dirt road. And she's kind of sobbing, but you can kind of tell she's just kind of like concussed and in a daze in a way. But how driving was back then on these dirt roads is pretty much
I'll
just
try
like
to
follow the
assure her, that we're not gonna hurt her. We just want to
sacrifice you.
I mean, none of that. Yeah. None of that really working. I mean, none of that really is working on her at the moment. Well, maybe because she's concussed. If you want to try to roll,
I actually have a specialty in charisma for this, putting people at ease.
Yeah, charisma. Let's do a charisma and empathy. Difficulty 7.
Okay, 2 successes.
So she starts being put at ease. That reminds me of one thing. Coyote, you have a 5 in humanity. Yeah, I think we need to evaluate that real quickly.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and evaluate this. Okay, conscious difficulty 8, and your conscious is like 2.
I botched.
Yeah, I don't see. Did you botch?
Yes.
So you lost 2, and you got a derangement. So you're down to humanity 3, and you're. Let's give you
all right.
Yeah, don't forget you lose a point of conscience as well.
You lose a point in conscience, so you're down to 1. Here's the decision, and I'll let you pick a derangement. Hold on.
You let me pick a derangement.
No. Hold on. Obsessive compulsive wouldn't match. You guys tell me what you think, all right? Through the situation, we'll make it a group thing. Obsessive compulsive, I don't think would be because of this.
I think the Bruja clan weakness would work. I'm sure.
Yes, dude. Well, schizophrenia, no. Paranoia, no. Megalomania, I could see. Not bulimia, not hysteria, not fugue. Oh, dude, let's do hysteria then. I could dig hysteria. Yeah, because it makes difficulties. Must make frenzy checks whenever subjected to stress or pressure. Normally 6, but would be 8. All right, cool. Hysteria is your flaw, man. All right. So you guys make it back to the to your haven, and what are you guys gonna do from there as you roll up?
I'm gonna drag the hooker out. Just carry her in my arm. I'll carefully carry her in and gently place her down on the couch, and then come back out for the dead guy in the back.
Cora, you noticed a change in him, by the way. Like, you've noticed over the drive when you were looking at him, you could kind of see, like, he was, like, almost paler and more withdrawn than he normally is. And as the pack priest, You know what I mean? That brings
Yes.
kind of a concern to you in a way.
Yeah, I have to care for that, but first, or I'll make him help prepare the ride.
We'll just say you're getting ready for the rites, and is there any conversation you guys want to have before I cut to the other group, or are you good?
I think I'll just call him to me and Coyote. I think I'll need your help with this.
Yes, Grandma. What do you need me to do? Yes, Abuela.
I think whenever I'll need implements or a different knife or something, you'll go fetch it for me, please.
Yes, I'll see. I'm really polite to Slavik's character, and
so
like you would treat your real grandma.
I won't reveal, what I'm doing to the bodies yet, but while that's happening, yeah, probably. But now I really have flesh crafted her mouth shut so she doesn't scream.
I needed that mouth.
What for?
You three are in the Rolls Royce. You come up to the Kentucky Club, which is actually not too far from the Rio Grande, which means it's not too far from the U.S.-Mexican border there. It's actually kind of the one, though, and it's actually out of character, a real bar that exists in Juarez and still exists to this day, but became popular, obviously, during the 20s to the 40s. It's nice establishment. You're talking about, I hate the goddamn brightness. This is bright, you know what I mean? But it has like a classy feel to it, though. It doesn't have like a Las Vegas cheap Reno feel to it. It has like the state that's named like Kentucky gentleman bourbon, you know what I mean? Like that feel where like people come here, and it may not be a country club, obviously, but it's a place where a man could go to have a nice whiskey, bourbon, something that was made from Kentucky, Kentucky quality drink. Along with it comes an environment that could be distinguished with the gentleman of that nature, So actually, you three, believe it or not, are kind of like a perfect fit into this establishment. You know what I mean? You have the older, gruff American guy. You have the kind of the rich business entrepreneur type. And then you have the cultured, quote unquote, cultured Jasper, from the East Coast. You know what I mean? Those types would normally go to an environment like this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, cool. All right, so you
Don't
three
you feel
are.
This is a little unnecessary.
Do I feel it's unnecessary to scout the location?
No, killing this anarch just to get the information to kill another individual. It seems rather unnecessary.
Well, when it comes to purifying this great land, I feel that when you start with one, might as well do two.
It's the price we gotta pay to do what we need to do. I don't think we have much of a choice in this.
We didn't put much effort into making a choice in this. You just kind of went ahead and agreed to doing it without even negotiating.
What will we negotiate for?
There was no negotiating to be had. It was either this or nothing.
Perhaps, if we were to locate this individual, maybe he could help us locate whom we're looking for.
It's possible. We could talk to him. We just gotta make sure we don't tip our hand as far as what the Giovanni want vis-a-vis him dead.
I don't know.
I'd find that a reasonable course of action.
You know what else I'd find reasonable? Me buying some new clothes so I don't stick out like a sore thumb in there. Eldritch, let's go shopping.
My fucking God, dude. Fucking hashtag Sabbat game, dude. What the fuck, dude? I need a pair of lips and let's go shopping. Like, what the fuck? I do not. If you kill two, it's double the purification.
If you're going to kill one, you might as well kill two.
What the fuck, dude? Like, I'm so bad for laughing at this.
Would you mind giving her lips back? I was planning on using those.
Grandma.
It's a dark comedy. That's.
Thank you. I got to put a warning. You know what I mean? Like, this deals with which I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna totally add a slide that says warning. This deals with mature subject matter. Like,
get the old parental warning, explicit content sticker. Post that up.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm going to hell for this, man. Holy cow, dude.
Worth it.
So, yeah, it's so worth it.
I would find that getting you some better clothes would be very agreeable.
All right, let's go find someone in my size and see what they're wearing.
What shall I do?
I thought we were going to go and purchase you some clothes.
Well, I guess we could do that too.
So at this hour, you could find like obviously they have like some tailors around this area because this is more whenever you kind of go into any town like this, the Americans or whoever's coming to visit, tourists, are going to first be bombarded with buy expensive shit and do expensive shit here. And then the further you go deeper in, that's where you're going to find the more like the Black Rooster shit. You know what I mean? Obviously way deeper in. So you see that there's like kind of a tailor shop that's like a few blocks down. It's we're about 11 at night though, as you go in there and you see that there's like this old white guy and he's working in there and he sees you three coming up there and he's about to flip the sign over that says closed, but instead he stops for a second and he opens the door and he's like, "Can I help you?"
I need some better clothes.
And he like looks, he's like, I said, "You got a hot date?" And he kind of like motions you to come on in.
Yeah. We're going to be conducting some business.
Speaking of business, do you do a lot of business with the local gentleman that owns some of these fine establishments around here?
I do some, I suppose, and everything. He's like, "Give me a second. You guys, would you like a beer? Would you like a cold one?" As he walks behind his counter.
No, thank you. I'm quite all right.
Walls, by the way, you see like different kind of suits and shirts and ties, you know what I mean? But the floor's kind of got like a little sawdust on there a little bit. He comes back from on his counter with like one of the roll tapes, you know what I mean? And there's like dummies there with pins, and he's like, "All right, come on over here." So what were you saying there, young man? As he starts like taking your inseam, there, Mitchell, and everything like that. You're like, "What the fuck?" Uncomfortable as hell. He's like, "Sir, can you quit doing, sir?"
I can't help but wonder.
One of Mitch's eyebrows goes up. How old is this guy?
He's about 70 years old. 60, 70. He's an older guy.
Friend.
As I was saying that, yes,
I'm as wrinkled as you are.
And he looks up and he just smiles. All right, go ahead, Jasper.
So, yes, as I was saying, yes, I couldn't help but notice that. I couldn't help but wonder. I noticed some gentlemen at the Kentucky Club over there. I noticed they had some particularly fine suits. Were some of them yours?
Oh yeah. I've been known to get those folks at the Kentucky Club some of their stuff. Usually, they'll already know their membership, and they just send their measurements, and they send people here, and I just kind of get them. You know what I mean? Ones that I create. Yeah, I can't get. Obviously, I can't get you anything custom made tonight, but I could get you. We got something that would fit your form pretty well there, if you would like. And he kind of pulls out like a darker suit with like a white. You know what I mean? A white a shirt that goes underneath it, and kind of a brighter tie, maybe like a reddish tie.
I would suggest something double stitched.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, I got. That'll cost you a little bit more, but yeah, definitely. He kind of like he's pulling out different.
Is it
stuff.
Always someone different each time, or do they have like is there some sort of messenger system around here? Do they have their own, or what's the deal with that?
Oh, it's someone who works. Well, there's so many different people who go there. I don't know who you're exactly talking about. You're talking about the guy who owns the Kentucky Club. Visit there. I do a lot of business. I'm sorry.
The man who owns it. Yes, he had a particularly fine suit one time. I saw there.
Do you happen to know the gentleman's name by chance?
Trevor Morano.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, Trevor Morano. Yes. He does. He gets some of his suits made here, but he usually has one of his employees come and pick them up for him. He's impeccable in the way that he dresses, though. He always dresses to the nines. He always makes sure that he looks best, and he's a man of culture, and he's probably one of my best clientele and everything.
Dressed to the nines.
Yes, definitely. He dresses well. And then as he's talking, he's of course measuring and doing shit. Of course, we're gonna make you look, sir. We're gonna make you look fine and excellent as when you walk out of here. Now, do you prefer leather? Would leather work fine? And he kind of starts pulling out some dark shoes and everything like that.
I would suggest some leather padding at the joints where my gentleman friend here does have a tendency to get rather rambunctious.
Definitely. You see, he's sitting there pulling stuff, and by the end of all this, you have Mitchell like with his raisin face, looking in a semi nice suit that could be put together, in a quick amount of time. But he's like, I can have suits made for you, and you can come pick them up in a couple weeks, or we can run with this one if you would like, sir.
I'm sure you could get it done a little bit faster than a couple of weeks. If you're properly motivated.
Yes, definitely. What would you think would motivate me?
I'm gonna throw down maybe like 5 or 6 20s onto the table.
Damn, dude. He's gonna be like, well, shit. He's like, you got me motivated. You come out here next week, and I'll have a suit ready for you, and this one's included with it too. And he motions to what you're currently wearing, Mitch.
Thank you very much, sir. By the way, what's your name?
My name is Marshall.
Well, thank you kindly, Marshall. You got any shoes to go with this getup?
That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he has shoes for you and everything too. You're fully dressed. Socks, shoes, everything. And he has like in a paper bag. He gives you what you had on before.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing now?
I suppose now we can move over to the Kentucky bar.
Yep, I'll drop my old clothes off in the rolls, and then let's go to a bar.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.